Sir. Mr. Prime Minister, the poet, the girl there who has the woman
Of
there.
course. Hey,
No,
but you can't.
open, close,
You can't.
inverted commas. Allow me, open, close, inverted commas. The poet. I noticed
Oh,
that she has been trying something. I should have said the open, close, inverted commas. The poet. She has
make
been
sure the
trying.
inverted commas upside down.
Yes, she has been trying something here. As recent as this afternoon, I heard one of them, and I noticed that somebody here is saying to play it on air. But I'm not in a position. I don't even want to listen to that because it's just a bunch of nonsense that she's just spewing.
Exactly.
I want you to tell us what are your thoughts, because, Mr. Prime Minister, I put out myself, I made it my business to find some documents. And one of the things that I'm looking at here in particular is an employment, a record here, document about the employment of Dotsie Isacc, the open, close, inverted commas poet, I have to say that, Dotsie Isacc Jellizo. And this in itself speaks of the other people's names on it too, which I care not to mention at this time. I'm sure that Jupiter will know what to do in this regard. But it says here, cabinet agreed to the creation, and this is, by the way, dated April 22, 2014. It says here, Cabinet has agreed to the creation of the following positions within the Ministry of Education, Gender, Sports and Youth Affairs, with effect from, and they put I think it with effect from the 1st of May 2014, and Senior Administrative Secretary. Mr. Prime Minister, I see a salary here of about, it says here, let me just zoom in on it. It says $70,728 per annum.
I should tell you that I can't see the document on my page. I don't know if something is off at your end.
Well,
but
Jupiter, I'm sure, can rectify that. But I'm just giving you a little bit here. I'm sure.
$71,000 as a secretary. Okay.
$71,000 per year as a administrative secretary. This is unheard of. Mr. Prime Minister, what is going on with this? And as a matter of fact, my source is telling me that this is what was paid to the same lady, Dotsie Isacc Jellizo. You want to comment on that, sir?
Right. So, as you know, Dotsie Isacc, and it's not because I want to get personal, but people must know these stories. They must know what the truth is. And by the way, I'm not a homophobic man. I have plenty LGBTQIA friends. One of the most famous is Comrade Washi. I don't discriminate against people based on their sex. I mean, Jackie may not have admitted publicly that she's having a gay relationship, but if she didn't send a woman to trouble me, I would not be disclosing.
Oh, boy.
Now, the situation is that Dotsie Isacc, as I said, take with Jackie from her husband, mash up the two of them family. In fact, Dotsie husband, my dear friend Magnum, has not caught himself up to this day. So two families mash up, and she moved into she moved into the same house with Jackie. They cohabit together, and she became Jackie's personal secretary. As you see, there's a cabinet decision there to pay her $71,000. Can you imagine a secretary? Then she was placed on 3 different boards. I'm sure you have 2 of them there. The one that you don't have is the Education Advisory Board, which she served as representing the minister. I presume that those boards would pay probably about $1,500 a month each at the time. So she would have earned at least another $40,000 there. She used to travel and carry Jackie's bag, so she probably get another $40,000 in per diem. So you're talking about what? Maybe total earnings would have been about $151,000 a year. That's $12,500 in overall revenue that she may have gotten as a so-called secretary. You know how much the prime minister is paid every month? $12,500. And you can see that type of behavior. Even her sister, Digital Isaac, a similar kind of conduct. So she too had multiple revenue streams in the government when UPB was in power. She got $12,500 as Board of Education secretary. While she's supposed to be at board education performing her duties, she was in Parliament, sitting concurrently as a Speaker of the House, making $7,000 a month, $7,500 a month. So that's $20,000 there. She also worked at State College, get another $3,000, $23,000 a month. Even now that she's leading the opposition, she gets a pension. And instead of allowing, some young, bright person in the UPP to get the position of research officer for Pringle, she run and take it up. So she still has multiple income from the public sector. So these are among the two most bitter individuals against members of the Labour Party, because all the whole heap of money that they used to make from their multiple positions in the public sector came to an end as at June 2014. And they can't wait for the happy days. So every time Labour Party wins, we're denying them of the opportunities that they had before. So if back then Dotsie, with no special qualification, with no significant experience in the public sector, was making that kind of money, $71,000 a year, plus all kind of board appointments, in the unfortunate event they were to win, what do you think going to happen? You think Dotsie Isacc, for example, if UPP wins, you think she's going to settle for less than $23,000 a month?
I doubt that.
I get $12,000 a month. I get a few allowances. Along with allowances, I get $50,000 overall from the government every month. And I'm satisfied with it because, I didn't come in dependent on a government income to survive. And here individuals, who obviously would have benefited significantly from, several sources of income from the public sector without making any significant contribution. Well, if you say Dotsie Isacc make a contribution as Speaker as an appointed person, okay, fine. But what did Dotsie do? As I said, her claim to fame was that she took a minister from her husband. And I make no apologies about that, as a matter of fact. So you can understand why all this bashing and why, she's just so angry. I mean, her poetry is literally and figuratively ugly. It is vitriolic. And clearly, she's maddened by the fact that, she can't eat at the trough and to be greedy and to eat from multiple sources of food called income. That is her issue. And I was wondering, why would this woman be attacking me? Nobody can ever say I ever spoke about Dotsie, either in private or in public. She never crossed my mind. I don't necessarily know the woman that well. I mean, as I said, the only time I heard about her is with that unfortunate situation with Dennis Leandro. So I heard them and observed briefly this afternoon while I was waiting for you all, in which they're saying that Dotsie didn't trouble me, I troubled her. First time I ever spoke about Dotsie was last week when she was attacking me, saying that I am antichrist and that I have no class. Now, I want to know what makes her such a God-fearing person and person of class, by cohabiting with someone of the same sex, by abandoning her family, that makes her superior. And, the poet, the strippiness that she wrote the last time, she was stating that street justice is justifiable, and by way of innuendo, she's suggesting that I should suffer the same fate of the former president of Haiti, President Moise. In other words, she said that and Barbados should assassinate me because I have done so badly. What have I done badly? She accused me of victimization. When the government changed, because she was political staff, she had to go home. What she wanted to do, she wanted to be remain the secretary for the new Minister of Education. I mean, these people are just ridiculous. And, to see that she would have wasted her time to write that type of vitriolic diatribe, to waste time and space and to call it poetry, it is evident that she has nothing to do with her time. Because, for the 7 years that we've been in office, she has not worked a single day. And you know why? Ordinarily, she could probably command a pay of about maybe $2,000-$3,000 a month. When Jackie picked her up and paid her that kind of money, and she's done smell, done taste them kind of money, she's not going back to work for nobody for $2,000-$3,000 a month as a secretary. So she is waiting for the next opportunity to get the government to make big money. That's what's going on with them. And, when I say to the people of money, them a look, y'all don't like when I talk a little background, ordinary to y'all. Y'all want me to be always with some highfalutin language and play extra smart and intellectual and use the most highfalutin words to impress y'all. Well, I speak the truth. And it was one thing, when I say things about them, me bring the information, me bring the facts, me bring the supporting facts. Where are the facts to say that I am antichrist? What makes me antichrist? When they talk about integrity, they can't stand in my shoes. There are many things I do not do. I don't wear my integrity on my sleeve, but people don't understand the extent of the depth and the discipline that I exercise in my life. You think I'm a success by chance? It is integrity and the depth of discipline that has guided me. Many of you may not even understand how I am in terms of my faith and my belief in God, and our belief in God, and always giving thanks and praise for His mercies and blessings. I don't wear those things on my sleeve. And because I come here as a little ordinary citizen on a Saturday and talk to you all, and sometimes talk a little foolishness. I mean, y'all want to use that to characterize me, to make it sound as though that I'm a person who always in the gutter and I have no class and I can't rise to the level of statesmanship. You all really believe that? I'm one of your best statesmen. I'm one of your best technicians, one of your best technocrats. I'm one of your best representatives at the level of Prime Minister. I represent this country well. I represent the region well. But I don't have to go out there and toot my own horn.